Hey, I apologize that we didn't go live this weekend. I know me and the notorious comment maker was supposed to do a live video, and we didn't do it, partially because we got busy, and we did kind of rehearse a little bit last night, and that boy's got a mouth on him. He has got a mouth on him. But I don't know. I don't know if we're going to do it or not, because the more I think about it, the more I think that I almost need to protect him to a certain extent, because I don't want to feed him to the wolves. I don't. I've put my life out there for everybody to pick apart, and some things you just have to keep private, and I might just have to keep him private for now, because I don't want him to be burned at the stake. I don't want him to. I don't. But I do have some super precious videos of him doing some karaoke at 2 a.m. in my kitchen, and I could always upload those, but I'm not going to. I know he's watching this right now, and I know his heart just fell out his butthole, and I'm totally joking. I would never post those videos, but it was fun. It was a fun joke just now. So, moving along. I'm just going to try to do a quick video tonight. I could talk on this for days on end, so I'm just going to try to do it on I'm going to try to do a footnote on it. So, example, you're in a relationship with somebody, and somebody always bounces out of it, gets out of it because they're not happy. Not always, but, you know, when that happens, when there's a breakup or a divorce. And they always leave the other person hurt. Somebody always gets hurt. Somebody always hits rock bottom, and they're left to pick up the pieces because they didn't see it coming. They were blindsided about that breakup. And then you have the other person out living high on the hog, living their life, loving life, thinking, oh, you know, and they've crushed somebody. They left somebody at rock bottom, the basement of rock bottom. And they've had to crawl out. And it takes you days, weeks, months, years to crawl out of that basement. I mean, you've had a setback. You're having to rebuild your life again. You've had to move. You've had to try to get a place of your own. You've had to move in with your parents, with your sister. I've been there before. And you're trying to rebuild your life. But most of all, at the end of the day, you just think rejection is what kills you at the end of the day in that. Nobody wants to be rejected. That is a horrible feeling to feel like you're inadequate or you're not good enough for somebody. And I hate feeling that way. I've been made to feel that way. And that will destroy somebody in a second. And the fact that we let other people have control over us like that, it's sad, but we do it. And that's life. And you just have to pick up the pieces and move on. But you do. And you do move on. And you do find life after that. And sometimes you're just kind of on the wire trying to balance everything out, and it's months down the road, and you may meet somebody new and find, oh, there is life after a breakup, and I like this person, or I'm hanging out with this person, or, you know, I found a new friend, and that ex catches wind of it. And they all of a sudden want you back. They think you're the best thing that ever happened to them. You ain't heard from them for months, weeks, days, years, whatever, but oh my gosh, you're the best thing that ever happened to them. They love you. They miss you. Really? Really? No, you're a mental terrorist. Shame on you. You shouldn't do people that way. That's cruel and that's mean. You're just jealous because they are moving on with someone else. And you had to look at it. But guess what? That's exactly what you did to them whenever. Yeah, that's how you like it now. How's that make you feel? Doesn't make you feel good, does it? No, it don't. So sometimes you have to jump in the shit pot that you created on yourself and let yourself marinate in it. That's just life. It is. And if that innocent victim that got their heart broke has moved on, and they allow that other person to come back in their life and do that to them, they're going to do it again, because that's not love. When you love somebody, you love them unconditionally. You really do. At the end of every day, they are your ride or die. And you may quarrel, you may fight or whatever. You may go to bed angry. I mean, you're human. You're going to do that. But at any given moment, that person that loves you, they're never going to hurt you or walk away from you. I mean, they may walk outside on the porch and smoke a cigarette because you just totally pissed them off. But they're going to come back in there. I mean, there's going to be a makeup session. They're going to love you. They're going to love you right through it. But if they've walked away from you and it's been months, years, whatever down the road, they're not going to want you back just because they had an epiphany that you was the best thing that ever happened. And there's usually something that sparks that. And they're usually full of crap. So don't fall for mental terrorists. That's just human nature to want something you can't have. And we've all been there before. If you're in a relationship with somebody and you break up with them and you see them with somebody else, it hurts. Even if you didn't like them anymore, you still maybe think, oh, I want to be that person. No, no, you don't. Just listen to some music. Music is very therapeutic. It is. It can bring you up. It can take you down. It can just chill you out. Whatever. I mean, me and Megan, when we went to Pikeville yesterday, we literally sang from the time we left the house to the time we arrived at Pikeville. I was hoarse. I was. We was jamming it out. And it was a fun time. I mean, that was a fun time. We had a good time. So music is a good thing to listen to if you're brokenhearted. I am technically over the bird flu. I think I have sawdust in my lungs now. Me and the nameless person worked on some crafts yesterday, and I somehow was standing behind some sort of saw. I don't know what the crap that thing was called. There was so many saw. I don't know what any of that stuff is called, but apparently it was supposed to have a bag on the back of it, and the bag had fell off. So when they went to cut the board, I got peppered with some kind of something. I don't know, but when I got up this morning and blew my nose, it was pure sawdust. So I'm not sure if I'll die from that or not. Let's hope not. I don't know if I got sawdust lungs right now. But, and passcodes on phones, somebody asked me to talk about passcodes on phones. I freaking hate a cell phone. I do. I mean, of course I'm always on mine because that's just the way I do business. But I do. If you're in the company of somebody and you got that phone out in your face 24, put that phone down. That's rude. And if you don't want to be with that person, just walk away, go somewhere else, go in your bedroom by yourself if you want to lay on your phone. And the whole passcode thing, I don't understand it. I've never been a passcode person on my phone. Now, if I'm at work and I leave my phone sitting, I might put a passcode on it just because I don't want somebody to get in there and whatever. I don't know. But my phone has always been an open book to my significant other. And if I did have a passcode on it, they knew it. But normally I don't have a passcode because that's just something I don't feel like punching in. It's just a lot of work. But some of y'all are good. You turn your notifications off. You put your phones on airplane mode. I mean, you got tricks. And I've learned them all. But the best one is that Apple, these phones are getting fancy. I mean, they want like a 5-digit code, a thumbprint, a little squirt of breast milk. Blow on that phone. And then it opens up automatically. It's like magic. So those passcodes are something else. I just don't quite, I mean, I know I'm going to get a bunch of comments, people defending themselves on their passcode. But honestly, if you are living with someone or married to someone and you have a passcode on your phone so that other person can't get into it, that other person needs to take a hammer and beat the hell out of that phone because there is something on there that you don't want them to see. And that's my thoughts on that. So if you all have any ideas for videos or if you want me to talk about something, I can't relate to everything you all message. There's been some people that's messaged me. I cannot relate to what you... I do not know what you're talking about, and I can't talk about it because I don't know. But if it's something that, what are you doing? Put them down. Put them down. Those are wire cutters. Those will hurt you. Put them down.
I'm twisting that.
No, you're not. You don't twist that with that. You don't do that.
I'm not going to twist it with.
You're going to twist it with something other than a set of wire cutters. I ain't going to the yard tonight. Those are tweezers. I don't know. I'll find you something. Oh, Jesus. My kids was home all week last week because they had hand, foot, and mouth. Hand, foot, and mouth. Strep and double ear infections. Oh, my kids go big or go home when they're sick. So Maggie was out of school all week. Maverick was on my hip all week. I needed a moment. I did. I needed a moment. And this evening, they ain't been much better this evening because it's been total chaos at my house this evening. There's 2 boxes of Nerds dumped out on the kitchen floor right now. You go up there, it's like a torture chamber. But and I'm gonna wrap it up at that because I need to go clean my house and I need to get some packages in the mail. And I said we were gonna do some giveaways if we did a live video. We didn't do it, of course, but I did go ahead and take down all the names that commented on our post on who gives the best advice, guys or girls. And y'all had some great answers. And I agree with some of them. Everybody has that person they go to. But honestly, if you are having issues, if you're in a relationship and you don't really know where you stand with somebody of the same sex is probably going to give you a better feed out. Women, we read into everything. Everything is serious to us. I'm trying to work on that. I really am. I'm trying to take life with a grain of salt a little more. Just because somebody says something don't mean it necessarily is. You just chill out. You just calm your tits. It's okay. It's going to be okay. But guys, they are totally different. I mean, they are so basic. And I don't mean that bad at all. But you guys are very simple. Like, for example, if normally if a guy asks you what's wrong and you say nothing, it's your tone of your voice. Oh, there's a lot wrong. I want you to dig. I want you to try to figure out what's wrong with me. I don't know why we do that, but we do. I'm guilty of it too. I mean, we all do it. But if you ask a guy what's wrong and he's like nothing, you can better bet nothing's wrong. Not a darn thing is wrong with him. So don't read into that too much. Oh, but the names for the free stuff are Selena Marie Gonzalez and Crystal Peterson. If you all will private message me your addresses, I'm going to drop you something free in the mail from my Necklaces by Nelda business. Have a good night.